Okay, so this is supposedly supposed to be day 2, and you missed it. I don't know why I like doing this at night, but we're gonna get this through. This one is a little bit emotional. This is a lot to unpack, but I have to share this message. I feel like I'm a messenger, and I feel led to share this. So as you can see by the title, you have to fight to see yourself win. And what I mean by that is genuinely look at yourself, look at your life, your desires, your goals, the mission that you feel like you came here, that you're brought to this earth to fulfill, your destiny, your purpose. Like, look at those things. Like, genuinely look within yourself. Look at your talent. Look at the things that drive you, right? Your goals, your ambition, like genuine things that you're aspirational for, right? Look at all those things. And that's one side of the spectrum. On the other side of the spectrum, I want you to look at the things that you're avoiding. Look at the things that you feel might be holding you back, like your habits, things, genuine things in your life that you feel like may be holding you back from reaching those goals, right? In between all of that is your determination. In between all of that is your mindset. What are you going to do to bridge the gap? What are you going to do, and what kind of mindset do you need to bridge the gap? To me, I feel like that is determination. And determination to me it's a mixture of your emotions and logic to me. Your emotions meaning how you would like to feel, or how you feel thinking about your goals and your ambitions, right? That's how you feel. Mixed with logic of like practical steps that you need to take. Mixed with logic in the sense that you know that there are certain things that you have to do to get there. You know that there's certain things like life, like your goals are not just going to be handed over to you. It's the understanding that you're going to have to fight for this. You're going to have to be persistent, consistent, even when you don't feel like it. So what I mean by determination, as in the mix of emotions and logic, is that you're using both tools that you have. You're using those mental tools that you have, and you're combining it together, and you're saying that this is the method or the mental framework in which you reach those goals, right? So everyone talks about, oh, I want to reach my goals. I want to do this. That's great. That's awesome. But I feel like most of the times we're either running based on our emotions only or strictly logic. We have to combine both. And to me, I just feel like those two things added together is what kind of brings forth your determination. What I mean by you need to fight to see yourself win is that on the emotions path of things, the feeling of accomplishment and the feeling of feeling like you succeeded, or I just want you to think about it for a second, and imagine that you're facing a reality where all your goals, like you've achieved all your goals, and you're in a state where you're actively living out your dream. I know that sounds really cliche, but I want you to really imagine that for a second and think to yourself, what emotions will you be feeling? Okay. So you've gotten an idea of what that kind of feels like, or what that means to you, right? How that could feel like possibly feel like. Okay. And then flip that on the other side, and think about how you would feel if that never happens, if that is not a reality. I know that sounds really devastating. Like to me that is so scary to think about. The idea of not ever achieving my goals and my dreams, like that is such a scary feeling. I want you to think about that. Like, how would you feel? How do you feel like you might go about your daily life? Actively feeling like nothing is moving, nothing is shifting in the direction that you want. And then think about that for a second, what that feeling might feel like. Okay, so now that you've gotten both perspectives, I want you to ask yourself, like, deep down, which one do you prefer? Obviously, I know this sounds really like obvious, like, okay, which one do you prefer? No, like, think about that realistically. Which ones do you prefer? Which one do you feel like you're comfortable with? Okay, especially right now, I feel like we need to be really honest with ourselves and say, wait, am I comfortable with the idea or the potential or the predicament that you may be in with either one of those visions that you just had right now? Which one do you feel like you're most comfortable with, or which one do you feel like all your actions, your past actions leading up to now and your present, which one do you feel like is more accurate in the direction that you're going right now? You have to be really realistic and honest with yourself and really understand both logically and ideally which direction you're heading towards right now. That is just right now, right? If it's heading to the direction where you feel like you're achieving your goals, you're like actively doing the things that you need to do to reach them, like step by step you're taking it. The consistency is there. You kind of see that to yourself. That's great. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so we'll leave that there. If you're on this other side where you feel like you're comfortable in the idea of familiarity, in the idea that although you're not taking the actions or steps that lead there, that you've settled for something that you feel is some sort of a middle ground. Because I know that this is something that a lot of people feel. They're like, okay, I've got this vision, I've got this dream that I have, but like I'm not like completely fired up on the inside to passionately pull myself towards that direction. And I'm just kind of like okay with being comfortable because being comfortable feels safe. Okay, now there's an entire framework that we have to unpack. There's an entire mental framework that we have to unpack with this, where it's like, okay, so where is this comfort coming from? What past beliefs have I had? What past belief have I had that is like leading me to the direction where I'm seeking comfort over drive and determination, which we explained earlier. So now that we know those things, now that you kind of have an idea of where you are at, I want to introduce this new mindset that you want to acquire, or that I feel like is ideal in this situation, no matter which spectrum you're leaning towards right now. And to me, that mindset can be found in this language, which is being described right now in the title, which is the idea of like fighting to see yourself win. And I really thought I was going to be emotional at the start of this video, but it's turning out to be a kind of like fire or passion inside of me right now that is really just like wanting to like describe this as like to the best of my ability. And I don't even know why I'm really calm right now, but this mindset is about a fearless, it's this fierceness that I want you to like embody within you, this fierceness, this fire within you that is not letting go. And I genuinely mean this because I want you to see this from a perspective of like, someone needs you, okay, to fulfill your dreams, because your actions directly affect another person's life, whether you believe it or not. Like, your actions and your dreams and your talent will inspire someone one day. It will impact someone's life. And I truly hope, obviously, that your dreams are geared to the direction of servicing other people, of servicing others, of bringing some sort of good to this earth, right? Whether it be emotionally, physically, like genuinely fulfilling your dreams or whatever goals that you have. It's not just for yourself. Like, even if you're in the creative industry, you're in the medical industry, it doesn't matter whatever industry that you're in, you're still going to change and impact the lives of other people. And so that's the way I see it. But I want you to have this drive, okay, this fire within you where you're like, I will not let go, okay, because I only have one life to live. And this is not an experiment. This right here, what we're seeing, what we're perceiving, what we're sensing right now, this is reality. This is real life. This is like real stuff that needs to happen, and it has to happen, and you have to take absolute control rather than living your life on autopilot. And you need to snap out of the autopilot mood that you're in right now and say, no, we're going to channel this inner fire and inner fierceness within us that is saying, we have to fulfill our goals. We have to accomplish the things that God, okay, and I'm going to be spiritual here. I'm going to have to bring God into the situation that God has destined us to be, okay, that God has destined us, and the gift and the talent that God has placed in within us. We're going to explore that, okay? We're going to tap into that and say, that is the key to my happiness. That is the key to being free, to living free. Like, just think about that for a second, because I feel like we're so used to distractions. Distractions are a very good way, okay, of not having mental clarity. Distractions are a very good way. They've worked for centuries, okay? They've worked so much in allowing us to forget to introspect and to ignore the parts of ourselves that wants to be reflected. Because when you truly realize that, let's say you just put the phone down for a second, okay? I feel like I know you can relate to this when you just randomly put the phone down, put all the entertainment, the TV, everything down, and you really just stare at the ceiling and you reflect and you're like, wow, like, here I am just like dissecting my entire life. Like, I'm over here analyzing every single aspect of my life, and that is just like, I'm gaining revelations, gaining visions, I'm like gaining ideas. I'm pretty sure that has happened to you before. That has happened to me a lot of times, actually. That's actually how I generated my business idea, my SOUNDSOUL space. You can go follow on Instagram. We're still growing that. Like, what I'm trying to say here is, and again, distractions, we can finally start to let go of those distractions. But those distractions, you will start to let them go naturally when your focus is on that burning desire, okay? So this mindset shift in particular stems from a burning desire, okay? It leads back to what I said about determination with a combination of emotion and logic mixed together. That's what that determination is about. But this mindset shift in particular is about cultivating that inner drive and inner fire within you, where it's like, it's now or never. Like, it's in this lifetime or like never. And like, you don't want to be in a position where genuinely look back at your life and you think to yourself, I disappointed myself. Like, I disappointed myself and lived a very mediocre, unfulfilling life. I feel like that is one of my biggest fears, is not achieving my goals. Thinking about it actively every single day, but not working towards it, being afraid of it, not putting in consistency. I feel like, to me, I don't know about you personally, that is one of my biggest fears, genuinely. I would much rather be delusional and unaware, right? I would much rather be distracted, unaware, have never been the kind of person to introspect or think about the things that I truly want to aspire to achieve, right? I would much rather be that person that just never knew, never had any vision, just kind of like blindly walked through life and did what other people tell me and just kind of like stayed average and mediocre. I would much rather be that person than be the overly self-aware person that gets the vision and the goals, but then sits back and does nothing. that to me scare as a self-aware individual, as an introverted person, that deeply scares me. I feel like, and I don't want that to be a pattern. I don't want that to be a pattern of behavior where I am aware of the goals that I want to accomplish, but yet my actions don't align to that path. Like that sounds like, it might sound like I'm exaggerating, but it's like torture of the mind in a way. Yeah, I don't want that. It's emotionally overwhelming. I don't think there's anyone that likes that. Even just one, and I know you have that, like, kind of like a glimpse in your head, or a small vision in your head of like what that might look like if you chose to stay comfortable, and you detached from everything and you stayed on autopilot. I feel like we've all kind of like had a glimpse, or like been able to envision that for 1 second, and it just felt miserable. Like, it felt devastating. And I feel like that's one of the things that really contributes to my drive or my passion to genuinely go and chase after my dreams. Because I don't want that to be me. I don't believe I'm born to feel emotionally burnt out like that. To feel detached from what my soul wants. That is scary. That's a very scary, dark place to be in. And I'm sharing this message because I feel like there's someone out there who needs their train of thought to be articulated to them in the form of video. And I gladly took that place. Like, I gladly was like, I want to be the messenger. So if this is you and you can relate and you can understand where I'm coming from, and you get me on a fundamental level, especially when it comes to this, honestly, I'm just going to tell you right now, you are not alone. You're in the right place at the right time, listening to this, and this is about to change your life. Like, this is the starting point for you. Okay, so I don't know. I just feel like we just need a moment of silence right now to just like really think about it. Like, what that feels like. Hopefully, you're getting some ideas. Hopefully, you're ruminating on some things. It's a lot. If you're deeply aware, you're self aware, highly sensitive, you understand exactly what I mean. And if you feel like you're called, like you just feel like you're meant for something more, and this is something that will sound special to you, if this applies to you, you will feel it deep inside. That's why I made this video. You really have to fight to see yourself win. Not just for you, but for the people that will be blessed, okay, by your presence, by your talent, by your mission, okay? People that would directly be affected and impacted in a positive way by your choice to chase your goals. And so I want you to sit with that and really introspect within, because this is for you, and this is the starting point. This is our starting point. As I'm sharing this, I'm also kind of reflecting within myself too. And that's exactly what this self-reflection series of videos is about, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. I have a lot to say, okay, in the next, like, what, 28 days? It feels like I missed a day just because I like doing this at night, but we will get through. There will be 30 videos of this style. So if you gained something from this, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Share this with people that need this, that you feel like led to share this with. I do have my Instagram linked in the bio, as well as my wellness page, my SOUNDSOUL space. It's really incredible. I urge you to go look at it. The community, the ebooks that we have to this has been really incredible. I do genuinely enjoy doing this. It's therapeutic for me. Hopefully this is therapeutic for you. You can run this back as many times as you want. And that will be the video. Thank you so much for watching. Just know that you're loved. Honestly, I just felt led to say that. Just know that you're loved, genuinely. If you feel alone, you're not alone. Okay? You may physically feel alone, but mentally you're not alone. Never. Alone, but never lonely. So that would be okay, wait. So that would be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.